Hi friends, Bob Shin here, just checking in with you again. I hope that you're feeling great today. Hope that you're smiling. If you're not, maybe some things from my topic for today will actually help you out a little bit. I thought I'd focus a little bit today on health and nutrition. Okay, it's been a big role in my reclaiming my health over the last 18 months. So it's an important topic. Of course, I'm out walking again. You know, it's a Thursday, and I only walk on days that end with the word DAY. So I happen to be out here walking again right now. So I thought it'd be a good time to give you this information. So if you've read my blog, you already know this, but if you haven't, for those who haven't, I should say, about 18 months ago, I adopted a vegan lifestyle for health reasons. I was really sick. I was on 7 different medications to control high cholesterol, high blood pressure, atherosclerosis, all sorts of issues I was facing. And I was getting sicker every day. I mean, the medications, the combination were just really tearing me apart, making me lethargic. You know, I had no energy. So I went to my cardiologist, and yeah, you know, you don't want to have one of those, right? I mean, you know, things are pretty bad if your family doctor says you need a cardiologist, right? So anyway, visited my cardiologist, and he sort of gave me what I refer to as the sentence. You know, we had a little consultation, and he had tried all these different medications on me, and I was having all kinds of bad side effects. And anyway, I was trying to get off as many of them as I could. And he basically said, look, I'm going to be blunt with you. He said, you have the arterial blockages of an 80-year-old person already in your early 50s. He said, you're not going to be around for 10 years. So you just need to get with the program, take the medication as I prescribe it, deal with the side effects as best you can, and prepare to not be here for 10 more years. Just get your affairs in order and all of that. And honestly, I mean, my first reaction was, hey, I don't believe you. You know, but secretly, I really did kind of believe him. I mean, I was battling a lot of health issues, as I say, and, you know, you feel it. I mean, your body tells you, you know, when things are wrong. I mean, that's what it's designed to do. So I honestly did believe it, and even though I denied it. And I spent the next few days sort of regrouping and, you know, kind of feeling like, well, I probably just squandered a perfectly good life, you know. I have a wife, 6 kids, you know, a mortgage, a cat, you know, just the whole thing, the whole package. And a couple of businesses I was running in parallel, all sorts of things going for me. But, you know, my body was failing me. And I've come to learn that it was because of the food I was feeding it. Now, it was kind of shocking to me. You know, I knew nothing about nutrition. Not sure why they don't teach nutrition in schools more than they do. You know, they should focus on it a lot more, because I was really shocked how bad, you know, my condition was becoming just basically because of the food I ate. So I did a lot of research. Of course, being a control freak, admittedly a control freak, I didn't want to believe the doctor, you know. So I started looking for ways to improve my condition, take some control over the situation. And I came across these studies that suggested that a plant-based diet would correct all the ailments that I had. So on October 31st, 1977, or no, 2011, I don't know where that came from. Anyway, on Halloween Day, I made the decision to become a vegan, and I went cold turkey. Actually, I went no turkey, right? Became a vegan, no meat, no dairy, no animal proteins of any sort. And I made the decision, and I just sort of flipped the mental switch and just ran with it. Now, I don't believe that you have to understand everything in order to begin, you know, moving towards a new goal or a plan. You know, just understand as much as you need to get started, and you learn along the way, and that's exactly how I did it. So here we are 18 months later, eating only a plant-based diet, which I thought was going to be difficult, but it turns out it was really simple. You know, it's just a mental switch, as I said. It's just a matter of learning new habits, replacing bad habits with good habits, and working out every day, eating healthy. And anyway, 18 months later, lost 105 pounds, which was kind of a side effect of eating healthy, because I wasn't really that worried about my weight goal, even though that was important. I was really more about reclaiming my health, and I have done that. I mean, look, I'm an average guy. I mean, I'm as average as you can get, possibly can get, and it works for me. So I'm here to tell you it would work for you too if you're suffering from any of the things I was. It will definitely work for you. You just have to do it. So anyway, so I thought I'd talk a little bit about kind of what I did and what you can do to make yourself healthier. Okay, the first thing I did was I went online and I started doing research about things that would remove blockages in my arteries, since that seemed to be sort of the close-up target that I was really battling. And what I found out was there are studies that have been out there for 20 plus years where they link all sorts of ailments that we face today to your diet, and especially to meat and dairy consumption. And I'm not trying to sell you on becoming a vegan, just kind of telling my story, and maybe give you a little bit of information. But anyway, so I found all this research that suggests that if you ate a plant-based diet for about 2 years, that not only would you stop the condition from worsening, you could actually reverse it. And so that's the path I've been on for the last year and a half. And I will tell you, it's really been wonderful. I mean, I have my energy back. Actually, I feel like I've turned the clock back 20 years, okay? I can do things that I couldn't do just a year ago. And it's really been an amazing thing. I have energy like you wouldn't believe. And it's all from eating fruits, vegetables, beans, nuts, and seeds. That's it. I've avoided processed foods. I've avoided most grains. I've avoided most oils. I do use a little olive oil from time to time, but I kind of restrict that. I don't do caffeine any longer. I don't do refined sugars, anything like that. And what I found is that once you're not doing those for a period of time, what happens is that your body stops craving those things. You no longer crave a high calorie, high sugar, high fat diet. You just don't crave it anymore because your body is not used to it. As a matter of fact, I probably wouldn't even be able to handle it at this point. I have a very good friend who became a vegan based upon me telling my story. She had dairy just last week, hadn't had any meat or dairy for months. Last week she tried an experiment, had a little bit of dairy in a latte, got sick. And so I really believe that would be the same reaction I would have too. My body's just not used to that any longer, and I don't think I could really tolerate it. So anyway, so here's kind of the trick of the whole thing. Okay, I told you it's a mental switch. It really is. It's more mental than physical. But the trick is that when I'm hungry, okay, I eat. Used to be, I tried all these diets. I mean, being overweight my whole adult life. Of course, I tried a number of diets and I failed at every one of them. And the failure was not any one of the diets. They all worked. I mean, they would work for somebody, right? The trick is that I was bringing me with the diet. My old habits, my old thoughts, my old reactions. And every time I would get to a point where I'd reach a plateau, and after a week or two at the plateau, I'd say, what the heck, I'm stuck here. I might as well just eat whatever I want. I've been depriving myself. I deserve it, right? And then the diet would fail. The real issue is, if you think about it, everybody knows this. A diet is a temporary situation, right? The plan is I'm going to lose X number of pounds, and once I do that, I'm going back to my normal lifestyle. Let me tell you, folks, that's a recipe for failure, okay? You really, if you want to improve your health, and if you want to lose weight, if that's a goal of yours, the only way it's going to work is to commit to a lifestyle change. The only way it's going to work is to change your habits. So what you want to do is you want to replace a bad eating habit with a good one. So number one for me, hang on just a second. So number one for me was definitely, if I'm hungry, I eat. That's really simple, right? If I'm hungry, I eat. And that way I never feel deprived. It's so easy, right? I never feel deprived. The trick is if I'm hungry and I'm going to eat, I'm going to eat something healthy for me. Fruit or a vegetable, right? That's just what I'm going to do. And so that has really helped me. I'm eating right now a high nutrition dense diet. So that just means basically if I'm putting a calorie in my mouth, it comes with a lot of nutrition. And that's been really critical. I'm giving my body the fuel it needs to repair itself and also to be healthy. I don't know if you can tell, I mean, you didn't see me a year and a half ago, but even my skin, I mean, your most outer organ is your skin, right? My skin is even improved. It's kind of crazy. But if let's just say, let's make this analogy. Why would you buy an expensive sports car and then pour the cheapest watered down gas you could buy, the cheapest you could get it, into that sports car and expect it to perform at the level it's intended to perform? You just wouldn't. So why would you do that to your body, right? So that's pretty clarifying thought, right? So anyway, so it's always got to be high nutrition to calorie ratio for me. So that means I even avoid potatoes, because honestly, potatoes don't give you a lot of value for the calories they consume. That's also one of the reasons I avoid meat. You know, if you look at it, and everybody always asks me this, where do you get your protein from? Well, I get it from green vegetables, just like the cows do, right? Why is there protein in beef? Because the cows eat grass. That's where the protein comes from. So I just cut out the middle guy, right? And I go right to the green vegetables. Works for me every time. So anyway, if you'd like to learn more about this, what I'd suggest is that you maybe go to Netflix and check out 2 documentaries that will really be helpful to you. One is called Forks Over Knives. And in that documentary, they're going to teach you all the research they've found over the last 20 plus years about how to improve your health with nutrition and about the pitfalls of bad nutrition. One of the things they'll talk about is the fact that the things we eat today and we consider food are not really food at all. I mean, not from a nutritional standpoint, right? If you think back, our grandparents and great-grandparents didn't have all the processed food choices we have now. And of course, with these processed food choices, you know, they're always doing things to add fat and sugar and improve the taste and make them desirable. But what they do is you get hooked on those and you start craving more and more. And the more of those things you eat, the more that you want to eat. Right? In that case, you're getting way too many calories. So that's something to watch out for. Another documentary I'd suggest to look at is Fat, Sick, and Nearly Dead by Joe Cross. This is an amazing man from Australia who has gone through a life transformation much like my own, and he's done it by juicing his foods. He has some really interesting juicing recipes you can find on rebootingwithjoe.com. I would recommend you take a look at that. Where you're going to get a lot of raw vegetables, a lot of raw fruits, which are going to be very high in nutrients and they're going to fuel your body. Lastly, I would recommend reading a book by Joel Fuhrman, Dr. Joel Fuhrman. It's called Eat to Live. And he's going to take you through the science of why this works and why you might want to try it. He also has a lot of great recipes on there. And I think it's going to help you out quite a lot if you take a look at that. Okay, again, I'm not trying to convert you to veganism, right? Feel free to just try it a little bit and see if it improves your health. Maybe replace some meat and dairy, not entirely, but maybe replace a little of it with fruits and vegetables and just try it for a few weeks and see if you don't feel better. All right? Well, till next time, I hope you stay happy. I hope you feel healthy, and I hope you take some of these suggestions. And as always, I encourage you to come to my blog at teamhappy.net and give me a little feedback. I'd love to start a dialogue with you. If you do try any of these things and you have questions or want some help, please come and talk with me. I'd be happy to help you and tell you anything I can to help. So until next time, have a great time. Have a great day, and I hope you're smiling. Let's keep lifting each other up. Thanks.